here in Evansville, Indiana, getting ready to check out Crazy Buffet, a Chinese buffet. I wonder how crazy it is. I've actually been to Crazy Buffet 2, the sequel. Now we're getting ready to find out how insane the original actually is. I love the second one. Now let's try out this one. Round one, they have mussels, which I love. Now in Crazy Buffet 2, they have this shrimp and vegetables and snot sauce, and I got the last bit of the tray there, but they usually have huge, massive pieces of imitation crab. They've got these crunchy fried crab stuffing things I like, and they have mixed vegetables. More Chinese buffets need to have just the mixed veggie thing. I really love mussels. I've only been to one Chinese buffet ever. They used to serve mussels that big hot, that were just plain, just like in water, wherever hot. Anywhere else, they usually have them cold. I like them cold and plain. Some places have them hot with like cheese melting on them. My preference is just hot and plain. Now the shrimp stuff, like I said, at the other one, there's more vegetables, and they've got these massive hunks of you know, fake crab meat and vegetables and stuff. I actually got a piece of squid in that one, and it's always in that clear liquid snot sauce. That's my favorite Chinese restaurant sauce. I've been to international markets. No one knows what the stuff is when I describe it to them, and anytime I've ever asked at a buffet that has an item with it, be like, what's that clear sauce? They always say, oh, it's something they make in the back. Well, no shit, everything's something they make in the back. When I go to Chinese buffets, probably the top things I look for are chicken and broccoli. That's my all-time favorite dish, or the Chinese vegetables, which very rarely, I've only came a few in my time, they actually have that out. And then there's the infamous chicken or whatever on a stick. So let's try this out. This one, the flavoring is pretty good. Tastes like a lot of them do. The meat's really tender. This one's fresh. Pretty good size. I'm digging it. Now it's time to try the chicken and broccoli. Now I always dump fried rice on the chicken and broccoli, so this will be kind of a taste test of both. Well, fried rice is average. The chicken and broccoli is, I like it. There's just enough sauce to taste it. Some places, there's one place I go to, I like it okay, but it's kind of too sweet. And there's other places just too much of whatever sauce they got. This is just right. They got just enough to flavor it. Fried rice, like I said, this is like you know, the typical like cheap takeout fried rice, like you get China Walk or something like that. Let's try some lo mein. Not extremely flavorful. My favorite lo mein actually of all time is from China Walk, the cheap takeout place. Theirs has almost like a smoky flavor, China Walk says. This is kind of bland, the rice, and it's not like unedible, it doesn't suck, but I've had a lot better fried rice than lo mein. I'm surprised they haven't asked what I was doing yet. You know, while I'm filming myself eating mushroom. Not bad. Just the right amount of whatever sauce it is. It's not too much. These guys, what I'm seeing here is, while the fried rice and lo mein are average and passable, what I'm really liking is how they don't drown this stuff in sauce. You know, the chicken and broccoli and this other stuff, it's just enough to, you know, make it a little bit more flavorful. Next up, we've got these stuffed pork whatever's in a coffee filter, in an edible coffee filter. That's what it looks like. So going in, Not bad. It's also noteworthy this place does serve alcohol. There is a menu here. So, like I said, I'm at work, so no drinking for me. But that is a nice, thing to know for those of you who are considering coming here. I also like to note that this place has a hibachi grill. I don't really feel like standing around and waiting on it though. They have sushi. It's pretty average buffet sushi. I want to say that there were a couple of pieces of sushi, a couple different kinds I like better on the Crazy Buffet 2 at their place. Chinese buffet sushi's hit and miss. There's a place in Asheville, North Carolina, I can't remember the name of it. They had the best buffet sushi ever. And some of them do, some of them have really good. This stuff's completely average here. Another common item we find is these stuffed mushrooms on the Chinese buffets. This one's got seafood in it. Let's try it out. I've had better ones. When you walk into this place, it looks like it's going to be some little hole-in-the-wall buffet. Like, sometimes you'll go to a Chinese buffet and they don't hardly have anything. I filmed as much as I could. I could see the waitresses kind of looking suspicious. And I didn't notice, or if I walked in, I saw they served alcohol. They also do have a bar. Now, I'm in the bathroom right now. I was trying to find my way to use the bathroom, take a break from stuffing myself. And I stumbled into 2 other dining areas, like smaller dining areas. So, I mean, this is a pretty big place. And I'm going to, I'd really like to get a full walk around and film it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe from now on I need to start telling these people, hey, I'm going to review your place. Can I get a shot of it? You might notice I didn't really review General Tso's chicken, crab ragoon, egg rolls, any of that stuff. That's because I find very little difference in those with most buffets. Usually it's in the sit-down Chinese restaurants where you find a big difference. One of my favorite Chinese buffets, Emperor's Walk, like they were a buffet, thanks. And they serve pork fried rice. It's the best pork fried rice I've ever had from anywhere. But it's gone now. And it was like, order out quality, like when you go to Chinese restaurants where if there's no buffet, you sit down, you order a dish, and it's all prepared fresh, and it's it was like that. Most of the stuff is average quality to better. The selection is a lot better than I think most of the Chinese buffets I've encountered in my time here. I would describe this place as solid. It's definitely a solid Chinese buffet. I would love to come here on dinner to see what kind of seafood options they might have. Like maybe on weekends they have crab legs and whatnot. There's just certain things I like at certain buffets. Like I can tell you my favorite item at every buffet I've ever been to. This one is definitely it. The Crazy Buffet 2, the one with the bigger hunks and the imitation crab and the shrimp and the veggies and the snot sauce. It's a little bit different here. There's not much imitation crab. There's squid in it and not as many vegetables. I love how a lot of the things here are lightly sauced, so it just adds enough flavor. I like their mixed vegetables. There's a couple different ways those will come. Thank you. So anyway, I'm going to finish up, what is this, plate 4? Something like that. I've been eating smaller plates. I'm stuffed. I just don't get enough of the mussels. Then there's some of the rice noodles. I'm going to eat a little bit on that. I've got to make it till for a few more hours. So anyway, I'm going to make sure I'm full, and it'll take me an hour drive to get home. So anyway, when it comes to Crazy Buffet in Evansville, Indiana, I'd say if you're in the mood for Chinese food, sure. It's the only Chinese place I've been to here in Evansville, but I'm digging it. I might have to review another one sometime, but so far I'm totally cool with this one.